For sometimes India was colonized by the British, no? But there is one temple, Marva Agar temple, where Lord Shiva is worshipped in the form of a doctor. So during the British rules, there was a colonel by the name of Martin. Beautiful story, actually. And you see, during the British rules, they brought lots of missionaries to evangelize India. And of course, when missionaries come, they will not evangelize in a nice way, So you have seen what they did in Latin America. You have seen what they do in the world itself, because people think that they are the only one who hold God as capture, the truth. So during this time, there was this colonel, Martin. So there was a war, I think it was in, I can't remember the year, 1739, something like that, between the Afghan and the British. So he was in the war. So he have promised his wife that he will write to give news to her. So as the war, after a few days, letters were coming, and then the letters stopped coming. So the wife got worried. So one day she was going in her chariot. Yes, chariot, and she heard bell and conch being blown and heard music. So she was wondering, and she asked, "What is it here?" So they said, "This is a temple for Lord Shiva." So she went down, and of course, she didn't know about Lord Shiva. She didn't know anything about the Hindu culture. So the devotees of Lord Shiva saw her and were wondering, it's a British lady, and but she don't look happy. So then they asked her, what is wrong? So she said, my husband used to write to me, but then he stopped writing. And they assure her that, listen, just chant Om Namah Shivaya for 11 days. I'm sure Lord Shiva will protect and will give you news for your husband, You see how Bhagwan called his people, how he remind the people. So as she did that, for 11 days she was chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. On the other side, on the other place with her husband, they were surrounded by the enemies. So they were surrounded by the enemies, and the enemies was going to attack and kill them all. At that precise moment when they were all losing hope, a man just appeared with matted lock, matted hair, and holding a trident in the hand, and start fighting with the enemies. So they were all shocked, and all the enemies start running away from all direction. So after they all have run away, that man came in front of him, of the colonel, Martin, and said, it is by the grace of your wife's prayer that you have been saved. She have sent me, through her sincere prayer, she have sent me to protect you. Go back home, be fearless. You will be success. You will have great success into your life. So sending him home, after a few days he reached home. He was telling, we were safe because of this great yogi who just appeared out of nowhere and then started fighting the enemy. Then the wife said, I went to a temple, Vedraj Mahadev, so we have to go and say thank you to the deity there. So when he came to the temple, to his shock when he looked at how Lord Shiva is portrayed there in that temple, it was exactly the image of that yogi. So he realized that it was Lord Shiva who have called him. And so both husband and wife became great devotee of Lord Shiva. And then this is the only temple in India which were constructed by the British. So they construct the whole temple